Archangel Michael says, I ordered you to open this now, and you must listen before it is too late. A loved one from beyond is desperately trying to reach you. This is not a coincidence that you found this message. It is divine timing orchestrated from the spiritual realm. Someone in your family who has already passed away has an urgent message for you, and time is running out. The veil between worlds is thinning just enough for their voice to break through, but only if you are ready to receive it. The spiritual realm operates differently than our physical world, and right now a rare window has opened, allowing your departed loved one to communicate. Archangel Michael himself is facilitating this connection using his divine authority to create this moment of contact between worlds. Your family member has been trying to reach you for some time, sending signs you may have missed, showing up in dreams you quickly forgot. Now they have convinced the archangels that their message is so important it cannot wait any longer, that you must hear it today, right now. The window is already beginning to close, and if you miss this chance it may never come again. Like this video if you feel the presence of your departed loved one near you right now, if you sense they are watching, waiting, hoping you will listen. Archangel Michael is observing who heeds this divine calling, who opens their heart to receive this message from beyond. Those who ignore this chance may never know what their loved one needed to say, what protection they tried to offer, what love they wished to express. Your loved one has been watching over you from the other side, seeing things you cannot see, knowing dangers you do not yet perceive. They have been trying desperately to warn you, to guide you, to protect you from what is coming, but the distance between worlds has been too great. Time in the spiritual realm moves differently. What feels like forever to you has been an agonizing moment for them as they watch you moving toward unseen challenges. This message cannot wait a day longer, cannot be delayed, cannot be pushed aside as the moment of decision approaches in your life. What they need to tell you is urgent, is crucial, is life-changing, and Archangel Michael would not intervene if it were not of the utmost importance. Type Amen if you are ready to receive this message from your departed loved one, if you open yourself to their guidance. The spiritual connection cannot form if your heart remains closed, if your mind stays skeptical, if your soul refuses to listen. Your loved one waits anxiously to see if you will accept this rare chance to hear what they have struggled so long to tell you. Those who have crossed to the other side do not leave us completely, they remain connected by bonds of love that death cannot break. They watch over us, they celebrate our joys, they weep at our sorrows, they try to guide us away from harm through subtle nudges and gentle signs. Most times their whispers go unheard, their signs unseen, their warnings unheeded, as the noise of life drowns out their voice. Sometimes they place thoughts in your mind that seem like your own, sometimes they appear in dreams you cannot quite remember, sometimes they move objects or send animals or create coincidences. But rarely, very rarely, they find a way to speak more directly when the message is too important to risk being missed, when angelic forces intervene to make the connection stronger. Today is such a day. Archangel Michael has made it so. Archangel Michael says, stand firm, for this moment of contact has been granted by divine mercy. Your loved one has petitioned the heavens for this chance. You have been specifically chosen to receive this message because of its urgency, because of its importance, because of what hangs in the balance. Type 777 if you will open your heart fully to hear what they have traveled so far to tell you, if you will silence the doubts in your mind. If you will trust that this connection is real, that this moment is sacred, that this message could change everything for you and those you love. Your loved one who has passed stands beside you even now, their energy, their essence, their love surrounding you though you cannot see them. They have witnessed every tear you have shed, every prayer you have spoken, every moment you have felt alone and thought no one understood. They have been there when you smiled and you accomplished goals, when you faced challenges and you made difficult choices, both good and bad. They know your struggles, your fears, your hopes, your dreams better than anyone because they see you with eyes unclouded by judgment or expectation. They have tried to comfort you in moments of grief, tried to guide you at crossroads, tried to protect you from those who meant you harm. All this time they have been working, watching, waiting, gathering strength for this moment when finally they could reach across the divide and speak directly to your heart. Can you feel them near you now, their presence gentle yet unmistakable, their love unchanged by death, their concern for you still burning bright? Type 1. I'm listening to open the channel of communication to allow your loved one's message to flow through clearly and completely. Archangel Michael is holding open this gateway between worlds, but it requires your active participation, your willingness, your faith. Show your departed family member that you recognize their presence, that you value their message, that you are ready to receive the wisdom they have traveled so far to share. From their place in the spiritual realm, your loved one can see the patterns of energy, the threads of fate, the approaching challenges that remain invisible to you. They see situations forming, relationships developing, decisions approaching that will have profound consequences for your life and the lives of those you care about. They watch as certain paths before you lead to growth and blessing, while others lead to pain and regret, and they desperately want to guide you toward light. They see people around you, some with pure intentions, others with hidden agendas, some who will lift you up, others who seek to use you for their own purposes. They know about health challenges, financial shifts, relationship dynamics, career opportunities that are forming just beyond your line of sight. Time is running out to prepare to position yourself correctly to make the choices that will protect you and those you love from unnecessary hardship. They cannot tell you everything, but they can warn you about what matters most, what needs immediate attention, what cannot wait another day. Type 333 if you stand in faith to receive this divine protection, this guidance from beyond, this message of love and warning. Show Archangel Michael you are serious about connecting with the spiritual realm, about hearing what your departed loved one needs to say. Let your family member who has crossed over know that their efforts to reach you have not been in vain, that you recognize their presence, that you honor their struggle to connect with you. A grandmother figure surrounds you with unconditional love, the kind that never judges and never gives up, never stops believing in your potential even when you doubt yourself. She wants you to know that the family traditions, the wisdom she shared, the values she lived by were not meant to be forgotten but to guide you through difficult times. She sees how hard you've been trying, how much you've been carrying, how often you feel misunderstood, and she wants you to know she is proud of you. A father figure stands strong and protective, his energy serious, concerned, focused entirely on warning you about practical matters, about security, about decisions that affect your stability. He worries you are trusting the wrong people, overlooking important details, rushing into situations without proper preparation, making yourself vulnerable in ways you don't recognize. He wants you to be more careful, more strategic, more aware of who you allow into your inner circle, who you share your resources with, who you trust with your future. A sibling or cousin energy moves playfully around you, trying to remind you of joy, of laughter, of the simple pleasures that have been overshadowed by stress and worry. They want you to remember who you were before life became so complicated, before responsibilities weighed so heavily, before you forgot how to live in the moment. They see you going through the motions of life without truly experiencing it, and they want you to rediscover passion, purpose, playfulness before it's too late. A child who passed too soon radiates pure unconditional love without judgment, without expectation, without any desire except for your happiness. They want you to know they are safe, they are whole, they are surrounded by light and love beyond anything that exists in the physical world. They don't want you to grieve forever, to blame yourself, to live in the shadow of what might have been, but to honor their brief life by living yours fully. Another family member, perhaps one you didn't know well or someone connected through marriage, watches over specific family matters, unresolved issues, conflicts that need healing. They see the bigger picture, how past hurts continue to affect present relationships, how patterns repeat through generations, how healing is possible if someone takes the first step. They urge forgiveness, communication, reconciliation before misunderstandings grow deeper, before divisions become permanent, before it's too late to restore what's been broken. Type the name of who you believe is reaching out to you right now, the one whose energy feels strongest, whose message resonates most deeply, whose presence you sense around you. Show them you recognize their unique spirit, their individual connection to you, their specific role in your life journey, both before and after they crossed over. Let them know they have not become a faceless part of the spirit world, but remain themselves, special, cherished, remembered in the particularity of who they were to you. Your loved one sees dark energies gathering around you, negative forces that drain your strength, your hope, your clarity of purpose, without you fully realizing what is happening. These spiritual attacks come disguised as reasonable doubts, persistent worries, unusual fatigue, relationship conflicts, financial pressures, health concerns that have no clear cause. The darkness knows your vulnerabilities, your fears, your weak points, and targets them specifically, wearing down your resistance, your faith, your confidence in small ways day after day. Your departed family member has been placing shields of protection around you, deflecting what energies they can, reinforcing your spirit when you sleep, strengthening your resolve when you pray. But they can only do so much from the other side, which is why they have asked Archangel Michael to intervene to bring you this message to help you activate stronger protection. The Archangel stands ready with sword drawn to defend you, to cut the cords of negative attachment, to dispel the shadows that have been gathering around your light. But spiritual law requires your permission, your awareness, your active participation in your own protection, which is why this message must reach you now before the darkness grows stronger. What appears as random bad luck, as a string of misfortunes, as mounting obstacles, is actually a coordinated spiritual attack that your loved one wants to help you break free from. Type "Protect Me" to activate this spiritual shield, to allow Archangel Michael to stand guard over you, your home, your loved ones, your future. With these words you declare your desire for divine intervention, your recognition of the spiritual battle taking place, your willingness to accept help from beyond. Your departed family member waits anxiously to see if you will accept this protection, if you will acknowledge the unseen forces at work, if you will allow light to dispel the gathering darkness before it becomes too entrenched. Your loved one carries regrets, things left unsaid, relationships left unhealed, promises left unfulfilled when they passed from this world to the next. They see how these unresolved matters continue to affect you, how questions remain unanswered, how closure seems impossible, how their sudden or unexpected departure left wounds that haven't fully healed. They want you to know that despite appearances, they did not choose to leave you, they fought to stay, they weren't ready to go, they would have remained if choice had been theirs. There are words they wish they had said, expressions of love, of pride, of appreciation that remained locked in their heart when death took them away. There is forgiveness they wish to offer for mistakes, misunderstandings, conflicts that seem so small and meaningless now from their broader perspective beyond earthly concerns. There is knowledge they wish they had shared, family secrets, important information, practical guidance that died with them before they could pass it on to you. They want you to know that they have grown, they have healed, they have evolved in the spiritual realm, understanding now what they couldn't understand in life, seeing clearly what was once obscured by human limitations. They see how their unfinished business affects your path, how uncertainty about their feelings, their intentions, their wishes creates hesitation in your own life decisions. Know that they are at peace with what remained unsaid, unfinished, incomplete, and they want you to find peace with it too, to close these open loops, to heal these lingering wounds so you can move forward. Type 1. Forgive, to release the pain of what remained unresolved between you and your departed loved one, to free both of you from the chains of unfinished business. With these words you acknowledge that perfection is not possible in human relationships, that love transcends human mistakes, that closure can come even after death. Your loved one waits anxiously, hoping you will release them and yourself from regrets, what ifs, if onlys that serve no purpose but to keep wounds from fully healing. Your departed loved one sees the crossroads where you stand, the decisions before you, the paths that branch out toward different possible futures. They want to guide you away from choices that lead to unnecessary pain, toward opportunities aligned with your highest good, your deepest purpose, your true path. They see people in your life who wear masks, hiding their true intentions, people whose words say one thing but whose actions reveal another, whose presence brings darkness rather than light. Be cautious with those who flatter, who promise much, who create urgency without reason, who isolate you from others, who demand but never give, who drain your energy, your resources, your joy. Trust those who are consistent, who show up in difficult times, who speak truth even when it's hard, who respect your boundaries, who encourage your growth, who bring peace to your spirit. An opportunity approaches that appears smaller, less significant than it actually is. Pay attention to doors that open unexpectedly, to connections that form naturally, to ideas that persist in your mind. What seems like a detour may be the main road. What looks like a small beginning contains the seeds of something life-changing. What feels like a coincidence is actually divine timing. Your finances require attention, not from a place of fear but of wise stewardship. Examine where energy flows out without return. Investigate where resources disappear without explanation. Reconsider commitments that consistently take more than they give. Your health sends signals, your body speaks wisdom. If you will listen, attend to persistent symptoms, minor discomforts, recurring patterns that your rational mind wants to dismiss as unimportant. Most importantly, your spirit, your connection to the divine, your inner light needs tending, nurturing, strengthening, as the challenges ahead will require spiritual stamina, reserves of faith, access to inner wisdom that can only come through regular spiritual practice. Type 1 will follow your guidance to acknowledge the wisdom being offered from beyond, to show your commitment to considering this advice. Your loved one cannot make choices for you, cannot force your hand, cannot guarantee outcomes, but can only offer perspective from their wider view. They wait, hoping you will recognize the value of their insights, the love behind their warnings, the protection they are trying to provide before you face these crossroads unprepared. Your departed loved one wants you to know that death was not an ending but a transformation. They continue to exist, to grow, to love beyond the physical limitations of human life. The pain of dying was momentary, was fleeting, was immediately replaced by profound peace, by expanded awareness, by reunion with others who had crossed before them. They want you to know that love does not die, does not diminish, does not forget when the soul leaves the body, but rather grows stronger, purer, more unconditional, without human fears and needs. They see your grief, your longing, your moments of talking to them when you think no one is listening, and they want you to know they hear you, they are present, they respond though you may not perceive it. The signs you've questioned, the coincidences you've wondered about, the dreams that felt so real, the moments when you sensed them near were not your imagination but their attempts to comfort you. They want you to know that reunion is certain, that love continues, that the bonds between souls connected by heart cannot be broken by death, cannot be erased by time, cannot be diminished by distance. They are not lost, they are not gone, they are not confined to the past, but remain part of your present and future in ways beyond human understanding. Type 1. Feel your love to strengthen this connection, to acknowledge the comfort being offered to you from the other side of the veil. Let your departed loved one know that their efforts to reach you, to reassure you, to continue loving you across the divide between worlds has not been in vain. Open your heart to receive the peace, the acceptance, the understanding they wish to share with you about life, about death, about the journey of the soul. Your departed loved one sees other family members who are struggling, who need guidance, who feel lost, who carry burdens they don't share. They mention specific names, people you may not realize are in pain, are facing difficulties, are making choices that lead toward unnecessary hardship or self-destruction. A young person needs attention, guidance, boundaries, love expressed in ways they can understand before they turn toward darker influences that already circle around them. An older family member hides their suffering, their loneliness, their fear of becoming a burden, while their needs increase, their strength decreases, their ability to manage alone diminishes. Someone carries guilt, shame, regret that eats away at their spirit, their health, their ability to move forward, believing forgiveness is impossible, redemption out of reach, healing beyond hope. Another stands at a critical decision point, without all the information they need, without the wisdom to see beyond immediate benefits to long-term consequences, without realizing how much is at stake. Your departed loved one cannot reach all these family members directly, but hopes you will carry messages of warning, guidance, encouragement, love where they are most needed before it's too late. Type 1 will tell them to promise to be a messenger, to carry these insights, these warnings, these expressions of love to family members who need them. Show your departed loved one that their concern for the entire family, not just for you, has been heard, has been taken seriously, will be acted upon. Commit to breaking chains of silence, misunderstanding, isolation that keep family members from supporting each other through challenges that could be faced together rather than alone. Archangel Michael says time grows short, the connection weakens, the veil between worlds begins to thicken again as this rare moment of clear communication
Your departed
comes
loved
to its
one
end.
has
Used the strength they gathered for this purpose, has delivered the most crucial warnings, has shared the most important guidance they could in this brief window. There is urgency in their final message, a sense that decisions approaching cannot be delayed, that actions must be taken, that preparation cannot wait for a more convenient time. Forces are in motion, energies are aligning, circumstances are forming that will require clarity, strength, wisdom that must be cultivated now before the moment of challenge arrives. This is not a test, not a drill, not a hypothetical scenario, but a real warning from someone who loves you, who sees what you cannot see, who knows what is at stake. The time for hesitation, for doubt, for procrastination has passed. Action is needed, response is required, engagement is necessary if you wish to navigate safely through what lies ahead. Archangel Michael says, rise now and receive this blessing, this protection, this divine assistance that has been arranged at the request of your departed loved one. Type victory is mine to claim this spiritual connection, this angelic protection, this loving guidance that has been offered to you from beyond the veil. Declare yourself aligned with light, with love, with divine purpose, with the protection of the archangels, with the loving guidance of those who watch over you from the spiritual realm. The message has been delivered, the connection has served its purpose, the loving warnings and guidance from beyond have found their way to your heart. Your departed loved one steps back with relief, with gratitude, with renewed peace, knowing they have done what they could to protect, to guide, to love you from beyond. Archangel Michael stands guard, his sword of light, his shield of protection, extending over you, your home, your loved ones, your future as you move forward. The heavenly hosts arrange themselves around you, invisible but present, powerful but gentle guardians on a journey that remains challenging but now holds more light, more guidance, more protection. The veil between worlds thickens again, the clear channel of communication closes, but the love, the connection, the bond between you and your departed loved one remains unbroken. They return to their place in the spiritual realm, and not truly leaving you but shifting back into the more subtle forms of guidance, dreams, synchronicities, intuitive knowing that will continue. What was spoken here, what was revealed, what was promised, what was exchanged between souls who love across the boundary of worlds remains active, alive, powerful, working on your behalf. It is done, the connection has been made, the message delivered, the protection activated, the love reaffirmed between this world and the next, between you and those who love you beyond death.